Hello, hello. How is everyone today? Happy Black Friday. I'm doing a little bit better. Let me put my info in. Here we go. And I'll put in all the Black Friday info when I'm done. Hey, I'm just still drinking lots of fluids here. And I'm still, hey Sharon, hey, hey Jessica. I'm still not 100%, but I'm gonna do a goth black makeup for Black Friday and talk about Black Friday sales. So that's a good time. It's a good day to do it, you know. So hey, I know, isn't that fun? Yeah. So I'm gonna use the new Dream in Color palette because there is a black shadow in there. And I'm going to use the black and the silver and a few other deep colors. So, hey. and I'm going to use the black glimmer sticks because I think that'd be fun to use as a lip liner. And so yeah, let's just for fun. Let's get started. Now, this is a black glimmer stick. I was going to chew on a mustache. Okay. Hey, Mary Kay, how are ya? I'm feeling much better. I'm feeling a little bit better. I mean, kind of like, I'm not as sick as I was yesterday, so I'm still drinking lots of fluids. And, you know, doing what, you know, taking it easy. I'll be taking it easy the next few days, so that's good. And I was sick also the day before. But, you know, it was just really hard not going and being with people. I'm doing a black goth makeup for Black Friday. And, okay, so did that with a glimmer stick. And then I'm going to be using a lot of Q-tips and a lot of sponges and I'm going to dip in this silver here. The silver in the Dream in Color palette. This is only 15, and it's one of the holiday things. See, I'm putting a little bit of that silver, and make this a little more pointed here. Doing a little more extreme than I usually would. But, you know, Black Friday, you know, what else? I didn't do a Halloween tutorial, just because time got away from me. And so I figured Black Friday, you know. Black Friday. Okay, so have everyone know all about Black Friday? No. There's a lot of new people on here. My liner down to the plastic. Yes, well, your liner will come soon. It is on its way. It should be here actually either today or tomorrow. And we will get it to you ASAP. Nina is one of my local friends that I order for and then do deliveries. Do the old school. But you can order from me anytime if you like to do online shopping. But it's a good thing she's buying. She got the 3 for $10 that was in the campaign 25. But they're only $3.99 right now, so that's still a great price. So she's got 3 because when you get low, you get low. Right? Okay, so let's see. Now I'm gonna be doing. Where's my sponges? Okay, so I just did the black lipstick with the black liner, the glimmer stick. It's usually an eyeliner. See, look at how deep that is. It's a fantastic liner. And then I put the silver from Dream in Color on top. And I repeat myself a little bit just for the people who just sign on and then want to go. So it's a kind of a fun lip color. And I'm broken out because I just got my face getting all clear, but then, you know, you get sick and you spend... I mean, for me, my skin does better when I'm wearing a lot of makeup than when I don't wear makeup, because when I don't wear makeup, I'll, like, fall asleep even though I don't have makeup on. And you're sick, you're just like, you know, I mean, I hadn't even showered in 2 days. I was just like, I didn't even have the energy to shower yesterday, so now we're all, like, together, you know. But, feeling better. Doing better, you know. Hey, Eleanor, how are you? Okay, so let's take this, whatever little sponges here. Now, you could use a brush, but I have just cleaned all my brushes, so I want to keep everything preserved and pristine since I'm, you know, all the darker. And I'm wearing black, even though I'm not wearing a goth outfit. I usually, if I would do this, normally I would be wearing one of my old goth outfits, but, but, I still want to be in sweats and stuff for, because I'm sick and it's cold here. All right, so I'm dipping in that same black shadow in here that's in this, next to that silver. Well, there's a blue in the middle, a teal in the middle, and I'm just kind of making this be deeper, like a contour. And but I also gave myself a mask today. I did a scrub and a mask, gave myself a mini facial. And I had enough energy to do all that. And it's kind of doing darker at the bottom, just the way I would put contour, if I were to take powder and make a contour. Darker at the bottom, and then you kind of just fade up. Just light strokes as if I was using a brush, but I'm just using a sponge, that's all. And you can also take the silver, the same silver, and use that as a highlight, you know. But it's kind of like a grayish highlight, but it's still a highlight. Like a goth light. A goth highlight. And, so, I mean, when I did goth when I was young, it was, like, different because we didn't do, like, highlight and contour and all that stuff. It was just, like, you know, streaks. But, of course, now we know. So this is actually now we know better, you know. When you know better, you do better. So instead of everything being just thrown on, you know. So using modern techniques, you know. That's why I did this, like a little ombre. And a little bit more. So something fun. Okay, Black Friday sales. Black Friday. If you are you can use the same code on everything, AVONBLACK. Avon in capital letters and the word black all together. Hey, and you would get free shipping on $20 or more. On $45 or more, you get free shipping plus 20% off with that code AVONBLACK. And then if you're buying $65 or more, you would get free shipping, 20% off, and a 7-piece gift set that includes like holiday hand creams, a fragrance, a moisturizer, and a nice gift bag, and a Love at First Lash mascara that I'm going to use. So, so yes, it's some fun things. So you can get a lot of things. There's things for men. There's things for kids. There's things for moms and dads and younger people, and there's a lot of vintagey looking stuff that like older people remember the old school Avon. Lots of new trendy items and K-beauty stuff for Korean beauty products that a lot of the newer trendier people who are really into skincare are into. So, you know, there's a little bit for everybody, okay? So you can check out the website, and we even have things like Christmas pajama sets. There's all kinds of things, kids' toys, Christmas holiday decor, a whole bunch of things. If you want to check out the website. Now, if I want to contour this a little bit too, you know, it's kind of funny. I haven't seen myself with dark makeup like this since I did that cheetah thing last year. Yeah, and I'm just doing a little bit, because if I do too much, then what ends up happening, even with powder, it ends up goes into my pores and look like blackheads. So I don't want to do too much. But this is a quick, easy way. You know, if you've got something coming up, if you get like invited, because sometimes people can have theme parties, you know. I mean, I knew people older, you know, they'll do something fun, theme party or something. And this is just one shadow and something you would use any time, that shadows for any time, you know. And, yeah. Alright, now I'm going to use my, I'll do a little bit more. And I just, so far I'm using one sponge. Alright, and I have another sponge. I'm going to use, I've got, these are some other Avon things. These are some other Avon palettes that have some whites in here. They have some, one is kind of shimmery white, and then this one has some kind of like ivory whites. But these are from before, so, and they were on the outlet. So I'm going to use that as like, a couple of these as like face powder. And then blend it in like a whiter face powder. And there is a little shimmer in them, but little thing here is blend this up here. Hey, Lucha, how are ya? I had a sneezing fit before I came on here, so I'm just praying I don't have another one. That's the only thing about, you know, the good thing is about you, when you work from home, you can work from home. You know, you work from home. You could, I mean, like, this is what, going to be what, like a half hour out of my day, you know? Half hour out of my day. And I could, you know, take this off, go back to bed if, you know, anybody can do what I do here. All right. And I'm using just, this is like a fluffy brush, but it's a small fluffy brush to get details better than what I would be usually doing. But since I'm doing more something that's a little funkier than normal, you can see I just gotten everything all cleared up, but that's what happens when I'm sick. So I'm using this as a little like an ivory face powder. But, like I said, I just gotten everything together. Okay, now just blend this up a little bit more. The whole thing with the goth look is being as pale as possible and as pasty as possible. But, you know, Black Friday, you know. That's why it's fun to do something like this. I used to do this every weekend, you know. I used to, my Mohawk days and my goth club days and club days. Those were fun times. But it's also different when your face looks different when you're older. But, okay, so let's get some brows on. Alright, I'm going to use this flat brush I'm going to dip it in that same black shadow. Now, there's also a couple of blues that I could use too, but I think I want to say that's always the biggest change. Someone's sending me messages, that's why I keep bumping up there. And I'm just dipping. This is like a flat contour brush, but it's very, very narrow, so I can use the narrow end to draw on some brows here. That gets me a lot more definition than looking like a baby face, tired baby. It's really what I look like without makeup. It's just a tired baby. In fact, even some of my relatives that are older, much, much older, they still have the same, they just look like an older baby face. Older baby face. Just clean that up a little bit. There we go. Just drawing on a brow here. So, yeah. But I was able to catch some TV while I was in bed. And catch what was going on. Alright, let's get the other side here. If you've ever done any kind of Halloween makeup or did you ever do it like wild makeup for a concert or something? It's really kind of fun when you transform yourself and do something a little different. that people don't expect, you know. And when you, but when you do it, it's like kind of fun because it's like you're taking on a different persona, you know. You can kind of act a little different. When you know, it's sort of like wearing any kind of a costume. You can kind of pretend that you're that thing for that night, you know. So we've got holiday deals, we've got skincare deals, we've got lots of different palettes, you know, that you could giftable. There's men's cologne. There's, like I said, there's pajamas for the whole family for Black Friday. I mean, Avon has something for the whole family. We've got wellness things. We've got things for, you know, energy shakes and just like incredible vitamins. It's amazing all that we have now. Clothes, jewelry, and so, you know, we even have Frozen dolls, you know. We've got things like that are like special collaboration, things for the that sing, and holiday things that have music and that you can customize the message when you walk by it. That could be dangerous, right? Put something somewhere, like cute little snowman, and put something for somebody, some relative. Have it say something you wouldn't normally say, but you have. Oh no, it's not me. It's a snowman. That's it. Oh, right. Right, little eye primer. I know I'm bad, right? I'm bad. That's what happens when you start putting this goth makeup on. The truth comes out. Oh, so funny. All right, I'm dipping in that same black shadow. Okay, so I'm gonna do like a wide cat eye. Now I could do it with a liquid, but I'm gonna go on top of it with the liquid too. So I'm dipping in here. Do a wide cat eye, and then I'll add maybe like some bluish tone or something above, just for fun. Just wing it out. It doesn't matter. When you're doing something like this, it doesn't matter. The more dramatic, the better, right? But that makes all the difference once I get the eyes on. Once I get the eyes on, the eyes make all the difference. I use this shadow for brows. Sometimes I use this shadow for so many things. The corners, doing a smoky. And I'm still using, basically, it's like I use the edge as a liner, just to, it's hard to believe that I used to do this. This is just like an average Saturday night when I was like 19. It was a long time ago. It's kind of fun, right? Alright, so let's get a so I just want to show it's this Dream and Color palette. We also have, I call this the trilogy. It's called the Time to Shine palette collection. So a lot of people wouldn't even think that you could do a goth look with Avon, but you can, you know. See, here's some pretty shades here that comes in that set. You've got this shade, pretty shades here. And then you also have some contours, blushes, beautiful bronzer. So that's a nice gift set too. A little bit of everything. There's also a palette like this that's all neutrals and grays. I don't have that one right here, but it's in the catalog. You can check it out. You just go to my website and go to Holiday. That's not very goth though. Well, Madonna was kind of punk when she first came out. Some of us remember that. She was very punk. But she dressed punk, but she didn't sing punk. She was like someone who dressed punk but sang dance pop. And that's what made her different. And she was the first one to do that, because before that, you dressed what the music that you sang, you know? And then suddenly everybody started wearing punkier stuff, goth stuff, whether they... and then now it's just been called looking rock and roll, you know? Even they got Disney shows with the girls into rock music, and they'll have black nail polish and spike belt and all that stuff. But before... So, yeah, that's kind of fun. It's fun to do a different look. I just take that edge. It already has a shadow on it. I just wing it out. Did you ever see, there was a really hilarious Oprah show where they did like a spoof makeover on somebody, and they didn't have her facing the mirror, and it was like, they had this guy was like, oh darling, I'm gonna make you so beautiful, da, 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 da. And it turned out they made her all goth, and when they put her towards the mirror, she was like, and then they had to tell her it was a joke, you know. Oh, that was so funny, that poor lady. And then they actually did give her a regular makeover. I mean, because she was like, you know, not the goth type. Oh, that lady. So I'll never forget how freaked out she was. And then she was, you know, the way we all do when someone has done us, you know, whether it's a haircut or a color that's not us, or a makeup that's not us, but you don't want to hurt that person's feelings, so you'd be like, oh, you know, it's not that bad, da, 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 da. And then they told her it was a joke, you know. And then she was like, oh, okay, you know. But it was so funny, because they had, what was this guy? This guy was a comedian, and he was acting like one of those, like, you know, French kind of hairstylist, makeup people, beauty people. That was like, oh, darling, I'll make you look fabulous, and all. and she's like, oh, okay, he's making me look fabulous. She had no clue what she looked like. Oh, so funny. Of course, this side's better. The right side's always better. Of course, we always have that one side that we do better, right? Oh, I just make that look a little more even here. Yeah. It's kind of funny because some of this stuff has been incorporated into other cultures, and I've seen this look with, was it the Chola girls, Latin culture, and I've seen this look with, and they're not dressing like goth or anything, but they'll do their eyes out and really like pencil thin, and it's sort of like a tough girl kind of a thing. All right, let me see, but it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to like. All right, so let's do this. Let's do the sparkly. I'll do the sparkly teal that's right next to these two, because these are sort of like connected. So let's do this. Whoops. I want a little higher here. A little more here. Okay. Just to soften this, and then work our way up to some silver. So it's kind of fun, you know? It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to play around. But that Oprah makeover was so funny. Oh my God. I remember it was funny because that day it was aired, I had customers that came in later on after it had been aired, and I remember this is back when they had, like, you know, VCRs. And it was either VCR or I DVR'd, but I think it was still VCR. And I had VCR'd. I would always tape Oprah every day. And when they did that spoof makeover, I didn't watch it until later on that night when I got home from work, but everybody was telling me about it. And it was like, you should have seen it. It was so funny. This lady was so shocked. And they turned her around and she was all gone. Yeah, okay, now I'm going to dip in that silver and then blend it out. See, it's like similar to what I do when I do more natural looking colors. It's the same techniques, but it's just using really deep dramatic colors, that's all. Blend this out. Like I said, I don't want to get my... Yep, yippers. You don't really see a goth person saying yippers. But, you know, something kind of fun. The fun thing about it is like when you do it, it's like, the only thing is that it does change you when you dress up like that. People expect you to be tougher than what you actually are, at least in my case. And I actually had to, when I was always looking like that or hanging with that kind of a crowd, it kind of gets you a little tougher because people expect you to, you know, handle it. And then you kind of have to toughen up, you know, and deal with it. There we go. So, but yeah, it's kind of fun for for Black Friday. Now, if I really wanted to do something, I could do something like pretty wild with my hair up like this. I could do something. This is, like I said, this is what I used to look like all the time. Except my hair was cut like that. I might just do this up like that. Yeah, something fun. Another sponge just to blend this one out a little bit more. Kind of fun to try and see how the shadows do, because the shadows blend so well, you know, they really do. I gotta drink some water. What I think I'm gonna do is add a little more powder so I can blend everything a little bit more. A little powder for the clam chowder. Oh yes, here she comes in. Here comes in Miss Diva. She says, it's about me. It's about me all the time. A dog will always claim her spot in this household. And she says, it is time. It is time. It's kind of hard to get when you have a baby face to look tough, but we do it. It is very hard. But there actually were a lot. I mean, it's funny because when you're young and you do this kind of a look, everybody has a baby face, you know? Oh, yeah. Thanks. When you're young and you do this, everyone has a baby face. So they're making themselves, you know, it's like, imagine like your 14-year-old kid doing this kind of a look. They'll have, boy or girl, they'll have a baby face, you know? And so then they're trying to look more tough, you know? It doesn't help that I'm broken out right now, but that actually makes me look like more of a teenager. Okay. It's exactly what I look like at 19. I was dealing with the same. Although, overall, it's better. Overall, it's so much better. I mean, that was why I got into makeup in the first place, was because I had premature acne, and a lot of, and my rosacea has always been there. It comes and goes, and it was really hard to deal with as a teenager, and very embarrassing, actually. And bad acne and all that stuff, which was very embarrassing. And when you already have I have a million other strikes against me. I'm short, I was heavy, I lose and gain, but, you know, still, it is what it is. And, okay, my translucent powder, too, I'm going to do that. Poor, short, fat, acne, monobrow. I had to forget the trifecta. I had it, all of it. All of those people who were so together in junior high and high school, that is good for them, you know? But it's very hard for those who are in the awkward stage. And then I just took my awkward stage and just said, screw it. I'm just going to be as wild as possible and hide behind that. And that worked for a while, you know? works for a while until it doesn't, basically. It works for a while until then. After it, then although recently, it's so funny. We were we went downtown somewhere. I don't know. We were on the train going downtown in D.C. and there was a woman who was my age, at least in her 50s, and she probably was like somebody like me who was goth back in the day, and she just kept dressing that way. She had long lace skirts. She had the Victorian thing and a drapey thing over that, and a cool backpack with spiky stuff on it, and the funky boots, and the goth makeup, and goth hair, and goth everything. But I could tell she was of a certain age, and she was of a certain size too, and she was much taller than me. But the fact that you can telework, and have a home-based business or something in this day and age. Some of us had to stop doing some of this stuff, like, with jobs, and like with me, I always felt like the average person coming in to get their hair done wants someone they can relate to. So it's only unless you're working at a shop that is like everybody there, it looks like that, and the people come there because they're kind of entertained. But especially in DC, it's only a very, very narrow segment that has a really wild look on a day-to-day basis for work. For the most part, DC is a very conservative area, and I'm not talking about voting, I'm talking about how they dress for work and all that. So you have to appeal to a broader range of people. And at one time, I remember one lady when I was still young and looking kind of wild at work, she was like, "I'm so scared, I don't know what you're going to do to me." And I was like, "It's okay. I choose to look like this. I'm not going to make you look like this unless you want me to. You don't want me to, so I'm going to make you look how you want to look, But, when they have to tell that to every person that sits in your chair that doesn't get you, so after a while, it gets old. It gets old, and then, I had other situations too where not everybody can handle how I am naturally, even without all this, So you do things to well, sometimes like I say, I go through different phases in time and life, and there you go. It looks much more pulled together. Maybe I might add a little more blue in here and a little bit lower in here too. This makes all the difference when you have a round face. Is the sides. There's always adds the depth because it gets from looking like I'm feeling like a moon all the time. Not like you're mooning somebody, but you feel like a moon all the time. Like I said, I had a sneezing fit before I came on, so I'm having some dilemmas here. Okay, well, I'm going to do more. I'm going to do more. Black Friday sales. Today is Black Friday. You don't have to stand in line to get all the fabulous deals. You don't have to do black makeup. You can just go to the website, check things out, see what's there. All right. Black liner. What was that song? Black Velvet. Black Velvet. I'm trying to think of everything I had. I was thinking Black Celebration, but not everybody on here knows Black Celebration. Black Velvet. What else is there? I'm trying to think of songs that have black in them. This is the True Color Super Extend Liner. You can make it thick, you can make it thin. You want to do a little thinner, it depends on how you want to go. And I forget to shake it before, but that always helps. Shake it, don't break it. So taking this, I'm winging this out. And the best thing is, since your lid is already all black, you can go as high as you want to with the liner. And if you're a little messy, just keep correcting it until it's like it doesn't. Because it's almost like as if, I mean, you can do I'm doing much more of an exact look than I did back in the day. Some people used to take this out and do like upside down crosses. Some people used to do all kinds of wild stuff, do little roses, or ankhs, Egyptian ankhs. I used to do Egyptian ankhs. I still have a lot of my Egyptian ankhs. And I'm still not doing the extreme stuff. I'm not like doing like some of the things that people used to do with the heavy, or sometimes it would look like one long sweep of dark around the face. I always still tended to do more of a glam look, even though it was just a goth version of a glam look. Some people did some really stuff. For me, it was until I actually, it's sort of like you're creating like a bruise or looking like a bruise or whatever. And when you're young, you're like, oh, it's so cool. It's like, oh, cool. You just think you're just being kind of like just dark about it. But until you experience it yourself, or when I got, one thing that got me away from looking like this all the time was when I was actually, sadly, working with people, and then experienced some things myself that it was like, I don't want to create that look when I'm already experiencing what it's like to go through it. So, but the thing is, when you're dressing like this, you're obviously exploring a dark feeling or a dark side. And sometimes if you're feeling that way inside, it's a way of expressing what you're going through inside. So, and then there's some kids, I've never done when it was goth, it just like, oh, I'm so into it. I like how it looks because they had such a great life, They're usually doing it because they're expressing something that they're going through. So, and they're attracted to for me, it was like, wow, when I found all these creative people that were doing some stuff that was different and kind of wild, it was like, wow, I found a tribe. Found the right people. Because they kind of got me, But, it's either the music or, now I'm doing the Love at First Lash. See, sometimes you're attracted to the music, sometimes you're attracted to the art of it, sometimes you're attracted to the creativity, some people are attracted to the darkness of it, but either way, whatever you're attracted to, it's sort of like, it's definitely something that's, everybody should experience a little bit of it, even if it's somebody they know. Like, make friends with somebody who does something different, dresses something different. Don't just say, oh, there's those weirdos or something, Find out, if you've got a kid in your family or someone in your family that's into looking like this, or find out what is it they're about. My dad used to sit there and try to, he'd be like, well, what are you trying to say with all this? And why are you feeling this way to be exploring this dark side, because I was still going to church. And I was still singing in choir, and I was still wanting to be a part of that thing too. I just like the creativity of it. I like the makeup, and I like the music, and I like the clothes. I love all the dark lace Victorian things, and I love the stuff. And there were some people that were into some darker stuff, but I didn't hang out with them. So, or I'll be like, okay, that's fine for you, but I'm over here, And there are all these different levels of people who are into different things for different reasons. But I enjoyed it because it was a very fun way to rebel. You can always take it off. It's not something that's permanent. Makeup is just like anything. Just like any of the makeup I do, nothing is permanent. During that time, I do have a tattoo. And also, but, I've always been very sensitive with my skin. I had a tough time when I got that one tattoo, so I never got another one, in 11 years after I got that one. And I always am sensitive to different kinds of metal, or else I would have all the piercings up here, but I never was able to do that because my ears were so sensitive. And actually, to tell you the truth, I can wear Avon jewelry, no problem. I can wear Avon jewelry with no problem. And I don't know if it's nickel free or what isn't in it, but whatever it is, I'm able to wear it with no problem. But that's why I've always been able to kind of go in different circles, because I could take all this off, put on pearls, put on softer makeup, and then hang with a different crowd, and be fine, But because I always had a lot of different kinds of friends, so it's just kind of fun. It's kind of fun to be able to play, and even, and the best thing about it is you can always just take your makeup wipes and start fresh and do something else and play around. But, I thought, it's Black Friday. Why not? It's Black Friday. This is the time to have fun, play around, and you can see how this mascara really is great, and how these shadows blend, Fun, fun, fun. Just get a little bit more of this brow tail. There, I think when I blended it, I didn't do my little tail. Gotta have the tail. Yeah. And at one time everything was all buzzed off, and I just had the bangs, and then I had it where it's buzzed, and then I had like the top part, and I would crimp it, and it was like moving all over the place. I did a lot of things. It was very hard to grow that out, but it was a very fun haircut to have at the time. And then I had it where it was short on one side and grew the other, and did all that. So, it's fun. But a lot of things, like people smoke those clove cigarettes. I haven't smelled that smell in a long time, but when you go to a punk show, you go to a goth show, that's the first thing you enter and you smell the smell. I don't know if vaping has changed that. Maybe the people that are vaping, or I don't say kids, but people, that's the wrong word. People who are vaping now are vaping that, whatever that was, but that back then they were certain cigarettes that they sold, on the market. And you would only smell them when you go to a punk show, punk or goth show, and it was this clove smell, and it was very unique, and I always liked it, but I always knew that when I would go into it, because it's usually under, you have to go down, always steps down, it's always like dark, and, and a lot of them are all ages, even still, at least in big cities, though, I was just seeing an ad for some band, and it was an all ages show. So you get, they get a lot of popularity with always a new crop of young kids who are feeling rebellious. So let's see here. Let's see if we can do a little bit more. So, so... And people are always surprised they don't know that, because you can get into they'll stamp your hand, make sure you don't drink, but you can go and see the bands and see the shows and stuff, and then so there would be times where I was maybe 20 or 21. And at that time, the drinking age was still 18 in D.C. when I was going out, so I was okay to go in, but they would still stamp your hand you couldn't drink. You could drink beer or wine, but you couldn't drink liquor, so they'd give you a different stamp. But there were kids that were under, if it was an all-ages show, they would give them a different stamp. And so sometimes it'd be 14, 15, 16-year-olds there, kids that would be ride their skateboards or whatever. I don't know how they got there, but they got there. Some of the roughest parts of the city and stuff, but they still go to some of these shows. But there's still all ages shows for some of these goth, or even just a lot of other rock things. in general, metal shows. There's a lot of all ages shows. So, you know, so they can start early, right? They can start early. They start early. But anyway, I thought it was fun to do for Black Friday. Not a lot of people think of doing goth for Black Friday, but, you know, this is a part of my, I'd say it was late 18, I was like 19 through, I guess it was 22, 23 when I kind of stopped. But then I was more into metal, so I was going to metal shows. But at that time, metal was just big hair and kind of like this eye makeup would be the same, but then we did brighter lipstick to go to metal shows. And then, and the clothes were somewhat the same, but a little more feminine because we weren't doing all the, looking more. We could wear the same black leather skirt, but you'd wear fishnets, but you'd always have heels instead of like stomping boots and stuff. And then it was just kind of fun. So yeah, just to go over a couple of things. Yeah, this is the palette that I'm using. But there's many warm shades. There's all kinds of bright colors. I just happen to use these three, and these three only. And then I also use some of this palette, which is not around anymore, but I just wanted to use these colors. But I also use my translucent powder. And the powders, okay, the powders are the powders on sale? Well, the powders are, where are the powders? Where are the powders? The powders, okay. Yeah, the powders right now, that powder I use, the mattifying and translucent is $9.99. It's in the catalog right now on pay. So if you would go to Shop the Books, hey, how are you? If you would go to go to my website, click on Shop the Books or Shop Brochure. You can either click on the menu and scroll down. It says Shop Brochure, or you can click on Holiday to find this palette. And or if you were interested in the Time to Shine, these are amazing because you could split it up and give each one as a different gift with different shadows. And there's that one that's all pretty. It's so pretty because you've got dark to light, and this is in the same color family. So this whole set. Now this set is 15. This one is 15. This one. That's the neutrals. This is the neutrals right there. Whoops, I got upside down. This is all the neutral shades. It's the same length as this one. Okay, so it's that long. And all these different shades, and it's all neutrals. It's all browns and grays. Then we've got this one. It's all three. It's a set of 3. Okay, you've got browns, you've got a peach, you've got a gold, and you've got shadows. It's a set of 3, and it all comes together in this fabulous book set. So you could give the set as a gift. You could split it up. You could buy it for yourself and take it on a trip. You have your whole face right here. And yeah, you could do however way and work it now. So we have some other palettes. We have perfume gift sets. We've got, here is the big super palette. Now this is another one that's $25 with all the brights, and you've got deeps, and you've got bronzers, and there's even lip glosses in here. Everything you ever wanted. So this is a perfect thing for a makeup lover. These are the only 2 that are $25 each. But the rest are all 15 or under. There's another gift set that is really cute, and this is more of lighter shades. You know, if you have got people in your life that like the lighter shades, or if you've got someone that you're buying for that likes more pastels, this one, this little round one, is so cute. I just think it's like the cutest thing. Like so pretty right here. It's a really cute palette set. You know, so that's a nice gift for someone who likes pastels, or if a younger girl, or like a tween age, who's just starting to play around with makeup. That's a cute gift set, and that one's only $13 for that palette. And then we also have this gift set. Now this is a holographic bag that you would get in the 7-piece bag that has 3 hand creams, the mascara I used, a face cream, and a whole bunch of, good things. It's 7 pieces come, and this is the holographic bag. And then this is itself is another gift set too. So there's so many great things. We've got things where you can get the cream shadows in a set. You can get lip glosses in a set. This is so cute. 5 lip glosses in one set. So all of these are Black Friday. $20 or more gets you free shipping. $45 or more gets you free shipping plus 20% off. And $65 or more, you get the free shipping, 20% off, and a 7-piece gift bag with that whole special holographic bag. So the code is AVONBLACK. That's why I did black makeup today for Black Friday, AVONBLACK. I'll post the info below. I've got my website there if you want to shop the website. I've got a code there if you want to join, because you can still time. You can join now and get a discount on you can get this 20% discount and get in addition to what you're already discount for already if you join as an Avon rep. And you can get all kinds of, the gifts that you get for the $30 when you join. You get to choose your skincare. You choose a makeup one, and that's one that has a fragrance and makeup and skincare, all for $30. And then if you want to get some other things for your collection, you could do the 65 deal, get the 20% off, and get that 7-piece gift set. And then you've got stocking stuffers for Christmas. You've got things to start your business. There's so many amazing things on there. It's just like, it's awesome. So check out. You can shop brochures. There's also some discount brochures. You can shop brochures. You choose the outlet. The outlet has stuff that's on sale, all kinds of great stuff. So I haven't shown that you can do something wild using Avon in a while, but here's my Black Friday look. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share this video with your friends who love makeup and style, or someone who just needs a smile. I was joking around earlier about that funny Oprah thing where they tricked that lady into doing the goth look, and she didn't expect it. I try to always make it fun. Makeup itself, some people are scared of makeup in general. It's just makeup. I always say it's not makeup, it's not brain surgery. It's just fun. It's fun expression. It's fun to kind of play around and enjoy it. And there's so many things that you can, even if you're not into it yourself, there's bath washes, there's body scrubs, there's so many things that you can enjoy. Lotions for the winter, hand creams, lip balms, lots of great things, as well as men's fragrances, kids clothes, kids bath products. So many fun things. You need to check it out now. And thanks so much always, and I'll see you next time. Happy Black Friday. Bye.